Alright, today I'm going to be doing a little Sunday analysis. I'm going to really try and get more consistent with posting content. If we start on the weekly and the monthly, I'm going to be pretty bullish. July came down. We reacted off this fair value gap on the monthly. We did close below previous month low, but that doesn't mean we're going to be super bearish for me. This is a good level right here to react bullish from. Same thing on the weekly. If we look at the weekly, I think we just confirm this even more with this weekly rejection. We have some weekly gaps we're also reacting off of that line up with the monthly gap. So as far as the weekly and monthly go, I'm going to be bullish long term. I would like to see these highs get targeted, these highs get targeted, these highs get targeted, and then possibly even all-time high. As far as the daily goes, as far as this week goes, I think Monday and Tuesday could come down and manipulate into some hourly gaps. That will cause Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to continue higher, confirming my bullish bias for the week. The daily, Thursday, we close above Wednesday, and then Friday makes us seem a little bearish. We manipulate Thursday's high, and then we reject off of it. But if we go to the 4 hour and the 1 hour, I still think we can confirm bullishness because if we draw out our fib, this fair value gap on the 4 hour is aligned with 0.5. We have previous day low. We can manipulate that while manipulating into the 4 hour and then go higher. So basically, I think Tuesday and Monday could look something like this, where you come down, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you come up targeting highs. Or for a validation assessment, at least for tomorrow, I think I'd like to see us manipulate higher to some extent, and then Monday, possibly Tuesday, the draw will be this 4 hour, and then once we reach it, we'll start delivering higher. So it's pretty basic. Basically, I don't really want to do a whole bunch of like crazy deep dives into every morning session and record every second of it. I think I'm just going to be doing recaps on what I want to see for the week, for the day, and then I'm going to be explaining the trades, if I took any, how my emotions were, the mistakes I made, the things that I did that were good, the things that I did that were bad, and just kind of reflect on all of it and improve. Especially since last week I blew the count, so I have a new one loaded up and I'm just ready to improve. So that's going to be my Sunday analysis. It's also going to be my analysis for going into this week and Monday. So it's a new month, fresh week. So we'll get back to it whenever New York starts tomorrow, possibly Asia, London, if something presents itself. But another thing I'm going to try and do is not be watching the market Asia, London, and New York, because I tend to find myself trading a lot of times when I don't need to be. So yeah, I'll be back soon. Alright, so market just opened, and I don't know. I might change my bias a little bit here because we already have this INWOG, and I know I said that I wanted to see a retracement into this 4 hour, but here's why I may not want to. We already retraced here, alright? We already retraced into a 4 hour, and I think just because of this, we might, continue market structure from here instead of going all the way back down to this 4 hour and then going back up. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, if we leave this INWOG, then we could take previous day high, manipulate it in the INWOG, and then continue to go higher, right? I feel like that, just continuing that type of market structure would make sense instead of retracing into the 4 hour after we already had a big retracement. You know what I mean? Because if we were to do that, it would look something like this. Retrace again and then go back up. I don't know if that's what I want to see. We could just be bullish and go straight up and make smaller retracements, or not as deep retracements. So obviously not trading right now, but that's just something I wanted to mention. Maybe kind of just add into the bias, not just be so centered on that 4 hour gap, because I know that's pretty much all I wanted to see. Alright, it is Monday morning, 6:23 a.m., about 7 minutes till equity open. Basically, what I had said was I wanted to see a retracement into the 4 hour gap below us for a move higher. And if I were wrong, I think a good invalidation assessment would be some type of manipulation higher for a bearish day, maybe into this 4-hour gap, which we could then ride down into this 4-hour gap and then start delivering higher. We edged previous day high and then filled in WOG. So to be honest, we really haven't done much. We're still within yesterday's range, and we're in the middle of it pretty much. So I'm neutral at the moment. We'll just kind of see what side we want to take here. We might not even do much. We could just range. I'm pretty sure we have news at 10 a.m. though, if I'm correct. Yeah. So we have PMI, 10 a.m. So I think I'm really just gonna wait for that. I don't really see anything crazy already. So really not too heavy bullish, not too heavy bearish. Kind of just gonna wait, see what news does. Don't really see anything too favorable here. I could definitely see this being a no trade day. All right, so just to go over for a little recap today, I did take a trade. I decided to long, and I'm going to tell you why. So basically, I think pretty much everything that has to do with this trade today has to do with time. That is really the main thing that pushed me to take this trade, I guess you could say, was time. I really wasn't liking PA when I woke up, but as soon as 9:30 opened, shit was just obvious. It was so obvious to me. 9:30 opens up. We immediately take this low, and then we completely fill in WOG. We finish filling in WOG, and then we reject a little bit. What really, I guess, pushed me to take this trade was this next candle right here at 9:35. 9:35, we shoot up, we displace up, close above all of the series of candles that started taking this low, including this one candle that filled in WOG. Right, we inverse this 15-minute, and my entry was simply a retrace into this candle. It was a little bit late because I did not. I was still debating whether I wanted to enter or not, but once I saw everything just kind of lined up, I was in line with this trade right here. Another thing, if we look at ES, I think at the time we were right around here somewhere. I was also looking at this retracement. I saw that we displaced, closed above, and both assets just looked very bullish to me, especially after we took out the session lows immediately at 9:30. So I targeted 1 to 3. I think a little over 1 to 3. I was risking about $60 to make 300. So pretty good risk, pretty good trade. I didn't really have like a certain bias today. Basically, the way I was thinking was we came into the day just kind of in the middle of this range between previous day high and previous day low on Friday. We were still kind of in WOG, and basically what I wanted to see was either a continuation lower, maybe to take out this candle's low or previous day low, tap into the 4-hour, be bullish, or for invalidation assessment, I would like to see us take previous day high, possibly fill this 4-hour and then be bearish, but we instead chose to fill in WOG and go higher. And then this is actually really interesting because I mentioned this last night, how I was talking about how I really wanted to see this 4-hour get tapped so we could long out of it. However, I thought that market structure was more in line with just filling in WOG and then going higher, because if you notice, we already have a retracement here and we never went to this 4-hour, right? So I said, basically, it doesn't make sense, right? I mean, just structure-wise, it doesn't make sense for us to retrace again. I guess if we wanted to, we could create a liquidity sweep at previous day low, then fill this 4-hour, but for me, the retracement was put in here, right? This was the retracement. We didn't want to fill the 4-hour. We left it, and it just didn't make sense for us to go back down, retrace back down, and then back up just to fill that 4-hour. So my intuition was correct, and as far as my emotions go, as far as how I felt today. Entering the trade, I was a little nervous. I almost got stopped out, but I was also prepared to just get off. I was prepared to just take the loss, get off, go into the next day completely fine, and that is definitely an improvement from last week. So I feel pretty good about today. Again, emotions were pretty right. I was pretty level-headed pretty much the entire time. And yeah, I'm going to go into tomorrow just practicing the exact same things. So that is going to be my recap for Monday, August 3rd, 2026.